This will be my last week living in Brooklyn, and this place has served me very well thus far, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity. I've learned a lot about myself, a lot about the process, and I'm ready for the next chapter in my life. And I'm grateful that I'm going to be moving back to Manhattan, getting plugged in, and just going to be around good friends, good energy. And I'm also looking forward to meeting new people. And as I've been packing, getting ready for the move, the word declutter came to my mind. And it made me think declutter in the physical form and in the mental aspect. Because as I've been packing, I've been coming across a lot of paperwork, things that looking back I probably did not need and I shouldn't have bought. But it's a learning process. We learn as we go. And a friend of mine told me not too long ago, he said, do you want it or do you need it? Ask yourself that question before you buy something because most times we don't actually need it. We just want it. And another helpful tip that I remember is to take a picture of it. It's like a thrill without the bill. If you look at that picture and you still want it in a week, in a month, then you can consider getting it. But most time you're going to say, nah, I don't even really need that. It's just, these are tips to just work through it so you don't have to have all this stuff and declutter because honestly, what comes to my mind is just getting overwhelmed. I feel like there are so many things going on in today's world where it is so easy to get overwhelmed and it's hard to focus. And with the word declutter, I think of, for myself, I think of inner peace. I think of spirit. I think of cleansing the soul. And in no way, shape, or form am I a saint. I have been there and I still struggle with many things. The beauty that I have today is that most times I have true serenity. I have inner peace because I'm able to just let things go. I've learned throughout the past 2 years that if it doesn't serve me, I must let it go. And that comes in many forms. It comes in people, objects, emails, answering texts at a wrong time when you're not emotionally available. We have to protect our peace. And that goes by buying something, by reading into a certain commercial, or even getting into someone's business when you have no right, or not even no right, that it's going to take away your serenity because it's so easy to get trapped up in that. You got to keep it pushing, put the horse blinders on. And what comes to my mind is, are you going through it or are you growing through it? As I mentioned, it's so easy to get distracted. It's vital that we protect our peace and we declutter our mind of conditioned behaviors and compulsions because over time it controls us and we become automatic. It's like autopilot. These behaviors, to unlearn these behaviors are not easy, but it's possible. It's definitely possible with CBT, DBT, there's EMDR therapy. It's like you have to have a tool belt of outlets, of positive outlets that can replace those negative behaviors. Because if you don't have the positive aspect, you're just going to have that void. And I've experienced that. I mean, even over the past 2 years, I still feel sometimes a void. And sometimes I still find it hard to believe that I am where I am today. And I'm nowhere where I want to be, but thank God that I'm nowhere where I used to be. I'm saying this, I don't know who needs to hear this tonight, to declutter, whether it's in the physical form or the mental form, to just let things go. And I can't tell you how much better I felt when I was able to throw away things that I no longer needed. And at one time, it was so important to me. But it's just the process. It's just trusting and just, it's not that serious. It's really not that serious. Tomorrow will come. The next day will come. What's important is right now. What happened 5 minutes ago doesn't matter anymore. And I can't predict what's going to happen in 1 minute. The moral of the story is to be in the moment and be mindful before we purchase things and before we get into conversations with people that we know is going to upset us or watch something that we know is going to be destructive. Just be mindful and ask yourself the question, do I need this or do I want this?